I'm Marcy Hyde, aka Hydro. And today, we missed the gaming stream, so now we are streaming some game development work. That's right, our adventure is more of a grind today, but that's okay, because maybe it'll teach someone something, who knows, I don't know. I know I'll learn something, because I do every time that I work on this stuff, so let's get to it. Wow, already in this view in less than 1 minute of stream. Yes, that's right. We're getting into it. We're gonna start playing whatever this music is. Hopefully we can... Okay. Well, hopefully it won't put me to sleep. Also, what's with this bright blue? Can we make it darker? Darker. Why can't it get darker? Oh, yes. There we go. Better, better, much better. Okay. Okay. Let's list what we gotta do today. So, I'm working on a Pickle Detective game right now, however, it's got a bit of an identity crisis going on with it. So it's kind of it's been a bit of a slog lately. So, to help bring about inspiration, I started playing a Nancy Drew game the other day and realized, yeah, this is exactly the stuff that this game has been missing when it comes to just like what it is to be a detective game. Like, Her Interactive made a phenomenal series about being a super sleuth known as Nancy Drew, and I completely forgot a lot of just base things with the game that really brings out a game to be a detective game rather than just a simple escape game, in my opinion. So, drawing inspiration from that, we're gonna try to do a couple of similar things and add it to the game. One of which is the way items are used. Now, in a Nancy Drew game, an item can be used by going into your inventory and clicking on it. And upon clicking on it, the inventory screen is smaller than your full screen. It's not like a typical full screen inventory view. I could show that. I have screenshots, but basically it's just in the corner. So you click on your item, and as soon as you click on your item, your cursor becomes that item. And then you can go into your main view, which, if you want, you could close the inventory or not. You could keep the inventory open, doesn't matter. You could still use your inventory item. And you can also still, like, move around, too. Because the movement is point and click, but your cursor will still turn into the navigation arrows to move. So, right now, my item system in my game, it's more of the, like, original Resident Evil style, where you enter an inventory screen, which blocks everything, your main view. And then you click a use option on your item. And then it takes you out of the inventory screen automatically. And then does a check on if you can use it in your area. The problem with that is it's pretty inaccurate in a way where, like, it depends on colliders being activated, and if in certain cases it isn't creating this activation point is what my issue is, basically. So it's kind of dissatisfying right now on my game. So I want to figure out how to make it more similar to the Nancy Drew style. And basically go in. So what I want to do is make it so that I go into the inventory screen, click the use option for the item, and then that should boot out of the inventory screen and turn the center, what's it called? Not testicle, vesticle, vertical, reticle. Reticle. Turns your reticle into the item that you selected. And based on the ray trace that the main camera has, because in my game it's not a point and click, it is a 3D kind of maneuvering first person style. So it can do a check on different items based on whatever your center reticle is lined up with, depending how far it is too. Like there is a certain maximum distance. So what I want to do is turn the center reticle into the icon of the item that you're using. What's up, Raman? Welcome, welcome. So, to do all this, I'm going to list it out just to make it easier to logic it out. Make it bigger and visible. Alright, so step 1. We already have like an item screen and a use button. So we gotta make the method to... Oh, well, I'll do that in comments on my C# script. So what we're just gonna do is ballpark the goals here. So we're gonna turn center reticle into... Are you screaming? Are you okay? Ramon, why are you screaming? Ramon! Grainy! Are you okay? Is everything okay over there? What's happening? What's wrong? Turn reticle into item used. I promise I'm not a pre-recording. I'm responding to what you're saying. I swear. Into item used, and then perform check upon interaction. Input. Check will see if item is used or not for stuff. Okay. Part of this. Is reticle spelled wrong? What are you... Reticent? That's not... Reticle is a word. Right? Did I just make that up? I don't know. Okay. Oh, it's not even visible. I see. I see. Okay. This is what we did here. We typed things. You see it? Do you see? Alright. So, open inventory, we have that. Use item button, we have that. Are we able to use cross out? Yes! Okay. So now, upon use item, we turn the center reticle into the item used. Now to do this, I'm thinking what we'll have to do is... So when we select use, it's going to boot us out of the inventory screen. Boot player out of inventory screen. Assign image prefab onto center.ui. Come on, man. What are you... I'm not used to typing with these. What's up, YN Hacks official? How was your day today? How are you doing? Hello. Okay, and then we need to assign an image prefab onto the center.ui of that inventory item, which we should already have the prefab of this from its, yeah, there's an inventory prefab view or whatever of it. Okay, so we could just do that, stick it on there. We might have to resize it. Resize. Image? Question? And then we'll have to maybe turn on some sort of bool, which will change the interact input action? Input action? We don't want to change the input, the actual input action. We're changing, but we are changing what method the input will be using. Okay, so we're gonna flip on a bool that will change what interact does, or interaction input. And so then when we hit it, pressing interaction input, it'll perform this check. The check will see if the item is used or not for stuff. Okay, yeah, cool. Great. So let's do this. Yeah. Alright, so where is that? What script are we going to use? I guess we'll just make a new one. Yeah. That makes sense. Why is this here? Get out of here! I have way too many. I don't know what I did to this thing. I gotta clean this up. We'll fix it later. Is it this one? Yeah. Scripts. Okay. What do we have for inventory stuff? We have inventory button tutorial, inventory examination, inventory interaction. And that's when you're examining and it's an interaction there. Inventory system, item inside another. Okay, so we don't have like item use. That's what we should call it. Item use. Create, auto behavior, item use. Am I audible? Yeah, I am audible. Okay. Now, this item use won't actually be assigned to objects in the scene. It will be assigned to objects in the prefabs of the what spawns when you pick up an item and it appears in your inventory. Poof! What's up, Devin? What's so funny? All my crap here? I agree. It's hilarious. We have item slot and item use. Great. Okay. Okay. So. What we need for you? What are we doing? Turn center reticle into the item used. Okay. So we're gonna make a public void. Not Pulic. Public. Is this visible on... No, it's not. Dang it. I'll do this. How about that? Hello! Dr. Tengu? Hello from America. Let's see, where does it... Okay, right there works. Cool. Good to know. We're creating a method now. Public void use item. Yeah. Stop it. Always wants to like auto do whatever. Sorry, I'm wrestling Visual Studio. I'm not yelling at you. What's up, Rellin? Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. No problem, Doctor. Okay, we're just gonna basically copy what we wrote here on our Fig Jam page. So we're gonna turn a reticle into here. I'll just paste this. That work? That work? Shut up! Don't add Mr. Things. Visual Studio and I have we're fine. We have a loving relationship. I swear, if it changed any of my words here, I'm going to freak out. Okay, first things first, we need to turn our center reticle into the item used. So, how are we going to do that? We're going to take the game object, public game object. Is it game object? Enter dot UI. Yes, okay. Shut up! I don't need that comment. Obviously, that's what it is. You're from Iran. Oh, I see. Hello, from America. Okay, there we go. If I say shut up, I'm not saying it to anybody here, just saying it. Well, I'm saying it to this being here that's trying to tell me stuff on Visual Studio. Like, I know it's here to help, I get it, but like, oh god. So, it annoys me so much sometimes. And I know I could turn it off, but sometimes I do need it to. Why am I from America? I guess luck? Can you tell the current of there? I don't know what you're saying. It's hot outside. The current time. It is 1 p.m. What time is it by you? Alright. So we're gonna go to... You know what? No, we're gonna need to use the UI thing. Let's see, where is my think an inventory system I had code that did this kind of thing. So we're gonna use this. Unity Engine UI. It's almost midnight by you. Ooh, I see. 11:55. Interesting. Okay, so where's this public image? What did I do here? True pickup pop-up. String item text. Sprite item sprite. So how do we get that? One reference is up here. Where are you at? 155. Oh, wait, that's just right there then. Inventory notif. Okay. Item to add. Okay, so the item has to be set in a string. Pick up name and image. Interesting, very. Yes. What are you trying to do? I'm making a method right now to switch out the center reticle of the game I'm making's image and swapping it with an item that I'd be using's image. Which I would already have the item and its image as the item the mono behavior is on. So that's already set, technically. So then we would have to go like enter.ui image? Oh wait, you know what? Hold on. Let's see. Where's that at? We have a very simple way we do it here. Okay, public image. Okay, we have to use image to swap it out. Obviously. Oh, and this one, it's literally just taking the game object and turning it off and on. Okay. Oh, that's great. So I gotta make it so that it... it doesn't get lost. Make sure of that. Well, no, we would just... Okay, so if we bring the prefab onto it... What's up, Gaia? Hello, hello. How's it going? I'm sorry, I can go out. Oh, you don't need my permission, Relin. You live your life. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Nice to meet you. Okay, so this is literally just turning off and on game objects. It's not even utilizing the UI system, but it's calling it still. This one, it does actually switch stuff around. So let's see, inventory notif. It gets the component sprite here from the item to add. Item to add equals, okay, it instantiates it here, then it parents it. I see, okay. So what we want to do is instantiate it into the UI in the regular world, not the inventory screen. So we'll go instantiate. Should we just parent it to the reticle? Is that a reticle? I'm not even... Yeah, I guess so, because, like, I'm not even convinced I'm gonna keep using the center reticle. Like, I might just make it invisible. Then it could act as a sort of, like, anchor that we could then parent these item images onto. What's up, Nightfell? Hello, YouTube sucks eggs. Oh my god. My eyes are tearing up. This C# is just too emotional for me. Okay, so item to add. What is this? This is a game object. Okay, so we're gonna go with they make this public or private? Item to add is private, okay. And what slot to equip? Private game object item to use. Okay, so what it does, looking at how I make a pick-a-pop of, it uses an item text string to instantiate it. Yeah. Instantiate, and then it's going to do that. I'm just gonna copy this. This is where I keep all my stuff anyways. So we'll do... So I think we do need this as a game object. We're not changing the image itself. So, item to use. I'm doing swell. Thanks, Nightfall. How's your Thursday going? Oops. Item to use is going to instantiate this item name. So this is a string in the other script. So maybe we'll go with a private string item name. And in the start, void start. Oops. Stop trying to auto do stuff. Freaking Visual Studio. I need to get the settings right with that whole thing, because sometimes it does suggest things that I need. Other times it's like, get out of my way. Get out of my way. Okay, so on the start method, within the start method, we need to assign the item name equals shut up. Shut up. Game object name. Oh wait, no, this is gonna be a. Okay, we can find what they do here. To string. Yeah, see, there it gave me the correct capitalized things. So we don't just want to instantiate it, we also want it to be parented to the center.ui. So to give it the parent. Ooh. Its position? Okay. And quaternion? Well, what about what it's parented to? Have you been working on Detective Pickle Puncher all day? No, I've been, I woke up, rolled out of bed, and then I made a thumbnail for this stream because I realized I didn't have one. And, well, first I debated on what I was gonna stream, and then I decided, well, I keep on thinking about what I want to do with this game, so I'm gonna work on that. But I didn't stream, so I was like, I guess I'll stream working on that. But in order to do that, I think I need a better thumbnail, so then I made a thumbnail. And then when I was done with the thumbnail, I turned on this stream. So doing all that did not progress my game very much. So now I'm actually working on the game. But I'm also here streaming that. So that's, yeah, that's how my day is gone. Now I'm remembering how to code. So this is telling me the vector and the quaternion, which is basically rotation information. Of what this one's gonna spawn. When it does add an item into the inventory screen. So now I'm kind of trying to transfer the logic of this into turning the center reticle into the item that I want to use. That's step one. Which, I don't know, for me and my brain, I guess that's the harder part than the actual logic of using the use action. Well, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so... Oh, here! Okay, it parents it in a second line. Got it. Okay. So it instantiates that and tells it where it's gonna be. Okay, so it'll just be exactly where the center reticle is, then. And then it sets the parent. Oh, that's easy. Okay. Center.ui. Is it? Transform position. Enter.ui. Transform. Where is it? Rotation. Okay. Why are you still red? No, you're not. Good. You shouldn't be. item name is gonna be an issue. This is why we use a string. Where did we get that string here then? Item name, add to inventory. In the public. Oh, well, it's not in it would be in the inventory item pickup script, which is that Pickable script? Yeah, Pickable script I made here. Yeah. So yeah, this one, all the items have their own inventory item name. Like string here. I'm trying to think. So if an item is pickable, then this script is on the items in the world. It's not on the items that are within inventory, which is where one would be using the use button. So it's a separate item. So then what scripts are on the items in the inventory? Let's see. Okay. So for example, what are you? Can I see your freaking name? Brock's Treats. Great. Okay. Brock's Treats. I double-clicked you. You should be popping up, mister. Where are you? Thank you. Okay, so you have an inventory examination script. And that's it. All the inventory items have an inventory examination script, so maybe I could use that then. Which, okay, that's good. It has the... Item hovered. So it would be itself.
Boo! You stink!
How dare you? Who did that? Ah! The usual suspect. Oh man.
Oh my glob!
Look at that, made me look at my view count. Well, we don't want to see that. Who the heck unfollowed today? What did I do? Sorry I'm not playing a video game every single freaking day. Sometimes we wake up late and we have to do other things. And also I spent way too much time playing Nancy Drew last night. Wait, is my freaking... Okay, no, it doesn't, it just doesn't show when people do exclamation point things. You unfollowed? You can't unfollow and then use the pickled points. That doesn't work. That's not allowed. Which Nancy Drew? It's the one with the... What's it called? I don't know. I never know their names. There's like a bajillion. That's my face. The Captive Curse. Okay, so we won't be able to... use the script. Actually, no, we could use the script name from the item hovered game object in the inventory examination script. That is a public thing. I assume, unless it's a serialized item, but I don't think it is. I think it's just public. So then... what's that item name? Yeah, we can use that item name to instantiate. It's literally what this is called. Hold on, I gotta figure something out real quick here. So player... No, that would be in UI. This UI. Inventory slot. Okay, I gotta see what name shows up here when I pick this item up. So let's see. Because it's like... it has to instantiate it. And sorry for anybody who can't see that part of the screen. It's, dude, it takes way too long to pick up an item. Like, why? What are you doing that takes so long? It doesn't always act like this either. Sometimes it's like instantly it picks the thing up like it should. And then other times it does this. I guess it depends on like what the game is utilizing. Okay. So now, yeah, it's gonna have this clone text in it. Okay. So we can examine the item, we can swivel it around. And we can't click this yet because I have a thing happening where you have to interact with this to turn it into something. This is all just prototyping, by the way. Obviously not what, you know, the end result will look like. Should be 4-player co-op. Oh my god, I didn't even get into like multiplayer stuff yet. I'm just getting some basic inventory logic figured out. I do really want to make a multiplayer game, though. That would be really sick. Not this. This one cannot be a multiplayer game. Not yet, at least. Oh my god, I have 2 different songs playing. Hold on. Options. Let's see if this works. Here's a nice test. Take that. Alright, I said hi to you, Frame, did I? Did I not? I don't know. Hello, Frame! If I didn't, hello. If I did, hello times 2. That one have cookies for- I was staring at what Nightfell wrote for a long time, because I don't know how to even approach saying that word. Oh, are you asking about the Nancy Drew I'm playing? There's no cookies in it. This one's about, Castle Finster, and we're roaming around and there's a monster running around. We have to basically solve making the monster go away. Or, like, what's the deal with the monster? There's monster sightings, it's hurting this, guy's castle business. In Germany. So we get a German translation book, and it's really cool. You take the translation book out of your inventory, and then you click on stuff, like different signs and it translates, it turns it into English. But by default, you know, everything appears in German. And if you click on them, you'll hear Nancy just be like, I need to translate that every time she goes and every time you try to click on these things without the book. But yeah, so right now I want to kind of emulate the whole inventory system of Nancy Drew the part where you use an item and it turns your cursor into that item. Except in my game, it's not a point and click. You just have a center reticle when you're running around. You don't see the mouse. The mouse is bound to the center point. Unless you're in the inventory screen, like right here. In which case, you get to swivel stuff. But, what was I saying? So the logic I want to do is then to turn the center point into the same icon that you see on the inventory screen. So you gotta get kicked out of the inventory screen, so you gotta close the inventory screen, and then center reticle has to turn into the item image until you either back out. Yeah, how would you do that? How'd you get off of the... Okay, well that will be a problem after we figure out the first part. Pickle fighters! That's a great idea, Robert. Maybe I'll do it. I honestly, I do really like the whole 1 week long game cycle where I just churn a tiny game out in a week. That's pretty cool. If I could do that, but like to figure out how to do multiplayer stuff, I want to do that. Only thing is, I was only able to do that because I didn't stream every day that week. So, yeah, I might have to be making some decision. Also, the whole... that's trauma dumping. Never mind. But, I am probably going to have to minimize a lot of stream very soon. But it is strange. I do feel this weird guilt because I have everywhere how, like, oh, I stream daily for 2 hours. On every social media, there's, you know, some info on that. So I feel like I'm expected to, even if, you know, view count isn't what one would say impressive. It's still very cherished, and I feel very bad when I don't stream on days that I say that I'm scheduled to stream, so. Should have to install more RVers, which you have to fix every time to play with more than 4 players. Yeah. I think I remember some of that my sister collected and played all the Nancy Drew games with my mom. That's adorable. I wish I played my games with my mom. We never really did. I don't remember ever really playing any video games and my parents being involved at all. Like, I remember, when I was really young, watching my dad play Doom a little bit, but he didn't really like it because it got him dizzy. So he's like, yeah, I can't. I don't think he would play it for very long. I think he'd try to play Doom and just be like, oh god, this is too much. Because it's very, like, whoa. But I do remember seeing the guy getting all bloody and me just being like, ew. I don't remember seeing my mom involved with any sort of video games. I don't know if she ever watched us play any games or anything, because, like, I do remember playing a lot of, like, games in her living room and, like... Oh, man, I remember getting Assassin's Creed. That was right when my mom got her house that was, like, an hour away, so I would go there every other weekend. And that was when, was it Xbox One came out? And I was so impressed that you could run around on the loading screen of Assassin's Creed. And also Mass Effect was interesting to get into, because at first it was like, this sucks, I just keep dying on this hill. And then I was like, oh wait, I could, like, take cover. And then I got further into it and was like, oh, there's a whole story here. So that was cool. You played the first Assassin's Creed? Yes, that and Mass Effect were my first games on Xbox One. Which, yeah, those were good games. Those were good. Very good. Very good. At least sentimentally they were. I think they were good games. A lot of parkour. Got my uncle's games, including RE1 when I was 5. Oh, well, I'm describing when I was, like, I don't know, 14? The Doom story happened, I don't know, guessing when I was, like, 4 or 5. I always had an NES. Like, I think my dad got the NES when I was a baby. So I don't remember the literal first game where I had a controller placed in my hand and but I do have, like, my first memories of a video game is definitely Super Mario 3 for some reason. Yeah. But I also had, like, I don't know, Sesame Street game that was really, I don't know, I just remember not getting it. Like, it was really difficult. One game I did connect with and kind of get through levels regularly was, one of the first ones I remember was, Bugs Bunny's Birthday Bash. That was a good one. Your games are so good, now everything sucks. Well, I'm making one, and I hope it doesn't suck. But I've realized there are some very specific things that I want my game to have similar to a Nancy Drew game, so that it gets the sense of being an actual detective game and not just a run around and interact with stuff. I mean, no, that's... What is it? I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a detective game yet. And I think, certain parts of the Nancy Drew game's architecture would really help with that. Like, for example, a journal that updates on clues, or just, like, the way the item use system is, it feels very... I just like it. I like it. You have to interact with items with very specific spots, and it should be like... The current system I got right now is very... It doesn't always work right. And I think if I use ray traces instead of, like, zones that the player has to be in to use items, it'll work better, because the zone system that I'm currently using gets messy if, like, I'm going from my inventory screen and back into the real world, because it doesn't always turn on the switch that it needs to turn on, basically. Yeah. Bugs Bunny Birthday Bash gave me anxiety. Oh, what? Oh, man, I loved it. It was so fun. I never beat it, though. And you know what, actually? Look, I found something. I found a way I could potentially capture... well, not that one. I could potentially capture a good old component input from an old system. Because I don't think they would have the weird protections that some PlayStations have. So, and I do have an NES sitting over there. I don't know if it fully works. That could be part of the fun. Instead of using ROMs or whatever, they actually genuinely play the game. If They work. But that's the thing, is like, half of them probably won't work. But I've always wanted to figure out, Maniac Mansion on NES. And I would love to conquer, Bugs Bunny's Birthday Bash. You're thinking of Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle. Oh, I've never played that one. Anyways, okay, what was I doing? Right. Item use. Okay, so first of all, we need to boot the player out of this inventory screen first. So what is that? Closed inventory screen? That's this. Okay, inventory system. Got instance close inventory screen. Thank you. Alright. So we close out of the inventory screen. The center reticle should turn into the item used. So the item to use is instantiated into the world. We have to know the item name for it. The item name is assigned in the start method, which is, however, it's going to say this with clone in parentheses. Guy that I got this script from a tutorial from figured out this. Okay, here we go. So what does it do? It takes name is this name. String 2 equals this. Nothing happened. It's fine. We're fine. Result is name dot replace string 2 with. Okay, yeah. So this is what we gotta do. Okay, so name string 2 result is that. So then item name equals result. Yep. Got it. So yeah, because this item is going to have an item name with this clone in it. So we need to snip that off. So then we have the item name over there. Good. Okay, so then use that string to instantiate itself into the universe. Because right now, when it's on this, the game object this script is going to be is an instantiated item in the inventory screen. We're trying to instantiate it into the universe, the real world. Well, not the real world, but the game real world. Object of this game is to go through a series of rooms, collecting items to advance to higher levels while avoiding related cartoon characters. But they trap you in corners, and if you touch Daffy Duck, you motherfucker die! Oh my goodness. Daffy was pretty rough in the Birthday Bash, I will say. He would smack you around with, like, I think it was a sign or a shovel. Probably, or maybe it was an axe, but I don't think it was an axe. Maybe it was like a sign. Or I was just a naive, innocent young child. But I believe it was a sign. Like a picket sign, almost. Okay, and then item to use, parent? What's that at? How did we parent this? Transform. Okay. Transform parent. Set parent. Okay, just type it for me then. Thank you. Visual Studio. Okay. So, using the item, it's going to boot us out of the inventory screen, and then spawn the image of itself. The thing is, this is going to spawn its, like this same item. Which is fine, I think. Right? No, it's not fine. Because it's gonna have buttons in its face. We could do like... Is a cursor... I mean, if we just make the cursor image prefab and drag it onto it, then it sticks onto this. This is already going to be on a prefab. Public game object. Cursor dot replacement prefab. Yeah, okay, sure, why not? So then we don't need this crap. But it is nice to have. Is it? No. Go. So then we'll put this here. Why wouldn't it just... Wait, hold on. Where is my sound? I remember the sound, sound effects do this thing. Spawns in the game object. Audio source equals this. And it just uses an object. Okay, I see. Okay. So we don't even have to look for it, which is nice. Okay. Not replacement. Prefab. Instantiate that. Where that is. And parent it to it. Okay. How do I make this invisible? We could turn up the transparency of it, I'm pretty sure. Public void. Hide center reticle. Center dot image game object. Don't set it to inactive. We need it active. We do need it active because it is now going to be the parent of our image here. So if it's inactive, then the image won't appear. Yeah, okay, I'll get right on that. You just type in some prompts into AI and see what it does. Just type that as your prompt into some sort of generative AI, and everyone will love it, I'm sure. I'm sure that'll work out. Hide center reticle. No, we don't want game object. We want it to just... Where's the image? Color. How do we do that? Yeah, there you go. Good job. Thank you. See, that's when the prompts work out for me. When it knows what I want. Okay, cool. Let's put that in there. What? Why, thank you. Bigger than GTA 6 and put it on a couple discs. Okay. My center manager. Thank you. Sometimes this guy knows what I'm throwing, but other times it gets in my way. And yeah, I'm talking to you, Visual Studio. I assume Visual Studio can see me through my camera at all times. So when I'm yelling at it and I'm not streaming, I am still yelling at the camera. I swear it hears me sometimes because I'll be like yapping about something different and then it'll have some sort of related code like trying to re-prompt me. Okay. We can just test this to see if this is working. Yeah. Just this part.
My legs have pants on them, right?
They do! I am wearing pants! Okay, what are we doing? Assign an image prefab onto center dot... Wait, that's literally what this... Why is this... Hmm. On a bool. What would it be? Big old public static pool. Public static pool. Using item. Okay. Using item equals true. Oh, how are we gonna stop using the item then? We'll get to it. We'll get to that. We'll stop eventually. Okay, so upon the interaction input, this looks like a job for the selection manager. Okay, so throughout the game, your character is like shooting out what's called a ray cast, okay? So it's like it's a ray that is from the center of the screen pointing out, away a certain distance to items to check if you can interact with it or not. Hence, interaction. It's looking for items with the component I interact interface on it. Different items have this. I think I need to make another interface where it would be an item interaction. Yeah. This is always showing the center reticle. Let me just see what this will do right now. What's up, Fletch? I'm back. Oh, my doppelganger's back. Kiddo, it's been an hour. Hope the backlash of no discs in 2028 will change their mind. Like how PSP Go was a flop? Oh, really? Microsoft Digital thing was a flop. Switch access keys were a flop. They had to change it. Oh, interesting. People want to own their games, not purchase a license to a game. Yeah, I've been hearing about that this week. That sucks. I don't know. I definitely feels like we've been slowly inducted into that system, slowly but surely. What was that everybody's favorite Mass Effect 3 theory? Not induction. Not infiltration. Integration. Insinuation. It's an inward. Not an inward. An in. It started with in. Where basically, like, takes over your brain. Indoctrination! No, not an N-word. Indoctrination. Yeah, I feel like we've been indoctrinated into the whole, like, just accepting digital licenses systems. It's very upsetting. I do like me some physical discs. I like, even when I build my PC and it was like, nobody understood why, I still made sure I installed a disk drive. I never used it. I still have. It's been 10 years. I have not used it once. No, I've used it a couple of times. PS4's ads was like, "Hey, want to share a game with a friend?" And then the guy hands it to his friend. Said, "Here you go." It was a major win over Microsoft. Oh, I see. Makes sense. Why are you saying that more? See, this is why I didn't stream the game jam. I would have not gotten anything done. I would not have been able to make that thing in a week. Okay. Oh, right. I wanted to test this. Let's test this. So to test it, we have to put it on one of our prefabs. It's going to be the one here that we pick up. So it'll be the intro coin prefab. What are you? Intro coin. Yep. Okay, so what's this? Oh. What's this? Oh, right. Yep. So we'll add the component, item use. Okay, so, oh, that's gonna suck. So we need to figure out how to make sure that is... Oh, yeah. So this needs a special tag. We already have way too many. Why do we have all these? We don't need all these. Ah, well, we're using what we need to use. But no, I made an interface so I specifically don't need all of these. I just kept them just in case. But I will be deleting those things. Okay, so... I'm gonna add a tag to this. It's going to be the center dot. Make the capital I's. Dot. Center dot! Bring it up. Okay. It doesn't matter. We'll delete a bunch of the other stuff. So we need to make its tag center dot. We need to in the item use in the public, not public, private void start. You're gonna be private. Center dot UI equals game object dot. Oh, don't find it. Oh my god! Just looks for that. That's crazy. Find an object with tag center dot. If I use this just for this one thing, it's fine. But if you do way too much finding things with tags, it will be a very slow game. But just this guy, I think it'll be fine. Ugh. Games releases are now trending to corporations and shareholder value than to being for the people who want to play and own their games. Yeah, I think they were always like that, though. I don't know. It's kind of just how it all works. Unfortunately. Okay. Put this here. The other private items. Hey. Just do the thing. Okay. Oh, and this doesn't even... Come on. Oh, it's gone. No one can play and appreciate work. Scroll over game devs. Yeah, well, there's been such a influx of us because it's you know, easier to get into now with good old internet and YouTube tutorials. Naturally. We'll get to that. See, specific items are gonna have very specific... Oh, it'll have to do... Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, what it does is gonna completely depend on what the item itself is. So, just a generic item use script is gonna have to then pull from either a very specific method or I'll have to think about this, and I don't really want to. My brain does not work well when it knows it's being watched. Pretty much. Let's just see if we could turn a freaking picture into another picture. How about that? Okay. So we need the prefab. That. There you go. Please load faster. Oh my. Inventory, intro, coin. Okay. Should have its own. What if. It just feels like it'll be excessive to have its own prefab for this. Like, why can't it just pull from its own image here? To then be placed to replace, like, a spot, like the way that they do I do this in a pickup pop-up. Right there. It's just always there. So... instead of... well, let me look at an inventory system here. Pick up pop-up. So pick up image. That's what we're calling that. Okay. Okay, so we need to set up like a center reticle, just like an image there. Hold on, let's see. We'll just duplicate you. How about that? You can go onto the center reticle. But you are gonna be reset. Where are you? How do I see you? Oh, because you're tiny! I see! That's annoying. Why? Oh. Okay, what if you're not, though? Yeah, cover that reticle. Cover that reticle. Put it at 1. Okay. I have an idea. I have ideas! Predicting a huge increase in the popularity of game piracy. Oh. More ways to pirate games if they still charge the price for physical games. True. Most likely, you know, people are gonna get their games how they want to get them. So, let's see if that sizing is okay. So then... we'll call this item... use image. Okay. Maybe 0.80. By default, it will be inactive. So forget the center reticle. Get out of my way! Forget the center reticle. Oh. What did I do? I don't know. So, pick a pop-up, public, text, public, image, public, game object, pickup alert. Okay, so there's just a whole... okay, because it's parented to that. But we don't need that. We can just do public game object, and from that pull out the image. Okay. Public game object... So then, what did we do here? The pickup pop-up, we got the item sprites. Oh, okay. Trigger pickup pop-up using item notif text, item to add, get component, image, sprite. Okay, so we'll get get component, image, sprite. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do that. Okay. Maybe I just this. Pickup image. So first we hide center reticle. Honestly, we could just make it inactive now because it's not parented to it. Goodbye. So dot replacement set active true. Dot replacement image equals get component image. Oh. Hold on. Code Veronica comes out in 2027. Nice. Well, that's good. This is just instantiating the item in the list, the inventory. This is triggering a temporary pop-up image. Okay, so item notif text, we don't need that, we just need the image. So item to add component sprite. Oh, so this turns into a private method, I see. Inventory notif string. Where does this appear? Magazine. And unpickable. What the heck is this? Oh, right, okay. Okay, when you pick something up, yeah. Okay, so it sets that active, and then it should swap its image to be that, the image of this item that the mono behavior's on, which is going to be the prefab. Would it work like that? Or should it be a sprite? it should be a sprite. Yeah. Okay, start with that. And we'll make this just a regular pool so we can see that it does that. Okay. So to set it up, oh, well, yeah, no, the prefib has to find this still, so it's not finding the center reticle. Center dot. One take. We'll make one called image cursor. You go it. Image cursor. Okay. We'll assign it to you. Image cursor. So dot replacement. Dot replacement. So here, image. Yeah, it should be private, but I guess we could make it public just so we could see it happen? Maybe? Please, sir. Okay. Intro coin. Item use script. Okay, so the dot replacement. Oh, it's public. Okay, but yeah. Alright, let's just see what happens. What was that? Okay. Oh, I didn't hook it up. When it does that, did it find the item? It didn't. Why didn't it? Oh, well, that's not. Look at that later. Okay, maybe it won't find it if it's. I gotta log this. Oh, it won't find it when it's inactive. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Okay. It's gonna be inactive, so we need to. I mean, we could just set its color to be transparent and have it active the whole time, all the time, forever and always. How does it find pickup pop-up? Well, it uses a manager that's always in the scene, so it doesn't need to have doesn't have a prefab linking up to it. This is going to have a prefab having to link up to it, so it needs to be able to find it. The only way it could find it is if it is active. If it's active, you got a big freaking square in front of the screen. So we set it to being invincible. Hey. By default. Okay, so it's gonna be replacement image equals that. That there. So we didn't set that. That definitely needs to be set. So then dot set that to the sprite, and then we set its image color to not be invisible. Okay, cool. Try that. Okay. We need to change its use button. First, let's make sure that it does the thing. Okay, so now it's in our inventory. It's still not showing up. Why are you not showing up? Did I use the right name? Image cursor. Image cursor. Yes. Right capitalization. And yeah, you're before any of the updates are called the first time. Okay. I'm gonna put that in a debug log too. If thank you. What's up, Carter? What game are you playing? I'm playing the game of Unity Game Engine. Oh, you know what? I'm just not gonna have it on a public thing then as well. You need to be private. That way. There. Wait, what? Don't be red at me. Fine, change the writing. Okay. Else. Debug log. Dot placement. Game object. Oh, yeah, do that. Why? Why? What is this one doing? 46. Intro keyboard. Instructional text assignment. Why are you not? Wait, what is this? Why can't you find this? Oh, because it's on pump. Okay, yeah. I have that game object disabled for stream. You. Yes! It is found! Okay. Now... let's make this button usable, interactable. So on click, it should have the item use item. Let's see how that works. If I could do this, I will be happy. So if I did it right, it should pop up the blue circle. Yes! We did it! Okay, cool. And then if it senses what it needs to sense, I'll add an outline or something. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, we did the thing. Now can we change it back? Yeah, sure. Maybe if we like... Oh, we could do like a toggle. Yeah, we gotta turn it into a toggle. Okay. Right. I did the thing that I wanted it to do. That means we're beating the game. We are beating the game of Unity Engine. Take that. Okay. So, now... And then we also have this using item bool flipped on. I'll make it a public static bool. Because, yeah, we can only use one item at a time anyway, so yeah. So this is going to change this script. This and item use dot using item as false. Then we'll be doing this. otherwise, else if item use item well, I guess we could disable the current interactable to start it with, and then we need to send out a raycast from the main camera. Does this not have an else besides this? Okay, never mind. Else if you're using an item. Check if item can be used with objects. Raycast onto player. Welcome back, Nightfell. Okay, so I'm gonna project a raycast. In this case, oh, we don't want to constantly disable the current area interactable, actually. Let's just copy the logic from here. And we'll make a different interface for item interactions. Yeah. Which makes me think there's probably a way to kind of like squish this into here, but I don't want to do that. I only speak English. So if you speak in another language and type it into chat, I cannot respond to it in any sort of relevant way. Alright, so using the item, we are now checking if there are colliders on a different item in front of us within our reach. If there is, the selected object is now called the game object. Interact equals get component. We're going to make a new interface called interact object. So let's do that. Hello, Manao. How'd you learn to code? I got my basics, reading, and then I got more practice in, whatchamacallit, cybersecurity, school program. And then I got my C# chops from just practice, which I'm very, very slow at. But I'm even slower on stream. Fun fact. Okay, so... Oh, and in addition to practice, of course, YouTube tutorials all day. Where was I? I don't know. My goodness. I haven't had my freaking attention span medication in over a week now because there's stupid insurance confusion happening. It's very annoying. But whatever. We make do. I had my coffee. Maybe I gotta go get my Dr. Pepper now. Okay, where was I? I gotta remember what I was doing now. Oh, I was gonna make an interact object interface. So, do here is just make a new thing here. Where? I think in the scripts. Let's see. Is that where I put it? Okay, yeah. I object interact. Okay, I get it. You hate that. It's fine. I do speak pig Latin frame. The weather's fine. I'm on the inside of my house, so it doesn't matter. My object interact. Okay, so an interact. We don't need to worry about that. Oh, maybe we could use that. Get interact text. No, we don't need that. Literally just have this. Okay, using item by object interact. Why are you broken? Well, oh, I see. So where's that at? That is here. Do private my object interact. I can't do it that way. Object interacts. Okay. So object interacts. It's gonna be here. It's hacking time! Yeah. We're hacking the world now. Okay, if object interact is not equal null. Set new current interactable to, well, no, I don't think that'll work. Yeah, no, it has to be void set new object interaction. Yeah, we'll do that. No, but we don't get all that freaking. Need that. Interaction info UI. No, we don't need that. Interaction text. No, we don't need that either. Just need to say that we are on target. Interactable? I guess it could do that. Action text is set here, the UI info is set there, and then the center UI display changes to that. Oh, I see. Interesting. Is it constantly doing that? Oh no, it's just if. Okay, that's how. Because the on target makes it so that it's only flipping a switch instead of constantly running this over and over and over and over again. Because it flips it on, so then this is no longer ran after the first time. Because within the update, it runs things over and over and over. It runs this.
Champ.
Yeah, like that. Hello. It runs that in the once every frame. Hack me some hash brown patties. That sounds good. Okay, so then we don't really need this. Unless we want to use this to set the center. But we don't. We don't want to. Oh, we want to outline it though. Okay, so to outline it. Object interact dot outline. Where's that? Where would that be? Oh, but that's using. Why would that be? Oh, it's not in that. Object. Spelling things wrong. Drums on the last track reminds me of Bard music. It's just some like atmosphere sound that my organization tool called Fig Jam. Fig Jam? No, it's just Figma. But I guess it's calling this page Welcome to Fig Jam, but it's Figma. This is called The Hero's Journey. So I guess we would need. Let's open up the void center. Okay. Void outline. Cursor, outline, reticle, outline. Yeah, right. So that will be changing it to show that it's on something it can activate, basically. Yeah. So then in the selection manager, outline, reticle. Okay. I guess we could add a game object here. Image, cursor. What was it? Cursor image? Like void hide cursor image. Void cursor image color. Making it transparent enough. Again, yeah. Okay. So that'll be hide UI center manager instance hide center hide freaking what I just typed. Where did it go? UI center manager. Hide cursor image. Cursor image. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that. We just want to turn off the outline. Okay, so it'll be. No, object interact. That is null, yeah. It would become null, and then the outline reticle needs to turn off. Oh, I gotta head out. Interact. Turn off outline. Oh, but then it's gonna show that. Why do you? I mean, the stuff is gonna cover it. Probably have to turn this into a different one. Okay. So this is going to be on items in the world that can be interacted with with the items. Let me go into object interactions. Yes. Okay. Alright, well, that is all the time that I have, so I'm gonna close it out from there. You're taking a break from voiceover work. Oh, nice. After acquiring from Alex Jones The Onion and Tim Heidecker's new InfoWars. Oh, I see. They go live today. Nice. Okay. Well, I'm turning off stream now, so I'm gonna head out. It's been a GG's. Thank you for hanging. Sorry it's not as exciting as some of the gaming streams that I do. I will be playing a video game tomorrow. It should be exciting and adventurous, assuming I get to sleep at a reasonable hour and wake up at, my normal stream time. So, have a lovely Thursday, everybody. Thank you for hanging. Good to see you, Nightfell and Frame and Robert and the Russian name I can't pronounce, and Zerdrive, and Carter Official Trader, and myself, and Fletch Charge. See you later.